With that, I'll turn it over to our man on the mic, Bryce Batchelder.
Thank you, Paul. We are excited here for the season opener at BFA St. Albans, hosting the Milton Yellowjackets. As the game gets started, let me give you the starting lineups for the visiting Milton Yellowjackets. Number 1, Colin Mathis. Number 10, Adam Bilodeau. 14, Kyle McNeil. 15, Kyle Brown. And 24, Brandon Dallas. Milton is coached by Coach Chris Brown. The BFA Bobwhites starting lineup: 14, Peter Jolly. 20, Noah Earl. 24, Charlie Yates. 34, Thomas DeMar, as the three-pointer is up and touches it out of bounds for DeMar. And number 43, Case Ballard. The Bobwhites are coached by Matt Toof. And Paul, as you were saying, we're committed to bringing all of these games free of charge to everyone to be able to watch their friends and their family play. And we're excited that the season has started as BFA pulls down the rebound, and they're pushing it the other way. Peter Jolly handling the ball. Now Ballard with the hard drive. Mathis for Milton blocks it out of the way, but Ballard is going to be called with a tough offensive foul.
There's a little scary moment there for Adam Bilodeau, almost getting stepped on by Colin Mathis. It was very, very close. From our angle, it looked a lot worse.
That was a tough play. That is Case Ballard's first personal foul, team's first. Mathis handling the ball here, kicks it out for three-point attempt is good for Adam Bilodeau. First points of the game, gives Milton an early 3-0 lead. Charlie Yates with the ball, pass it up to Earl. Earl looking around, trying to get some screens here. Charlie Yates trying to set a screen to get Case Ballard open down low in the post. Ball still swinging up high, but pull up and just off for Thomas DeMar. Milton hurrying the other way. We're going to get an offensive foul on number 15, Kyle Brown. Threw out that arm as he was trying to go up for that jump shot. I'm not sure I've seen many games where the first two fouls are both offensive fouls. Noah Earl handling the ball. Noah Earl, a sophomore this year.
Say the lone sophomore for BFA right now.
He is one of the players to watch this year that Coach Toof has said is an exciting young player who will get lots of development.
This year, next year, year after that.
Another year. And as a sophomore, it takes a lot of trust for your coach to start you. And we're going to get a travel on Case Ballard. Milton was quick to double team him as soon as he got the ball down on the block.
I think I'm excited to watch that matchup between Mathis and Case Ballard, especially down low.
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup because Mathis is playing more outside as he hits that three-pointer, and they actually have Charlie Yates guarding him outside, and then Mathis down low matching up with Ballard in terms of size. But it looks like Milton is going zone here. And a nice little floater. Peter Jolly gets that one over Mathis to give BFA their first points of the season. And nice defense there by Noah Earl and a couple other Bobwhites. Ball is out of bounds off Milton. Peter Jolly dribbling the ball up for the Bobwhites. Noah Earl going down, surrounded by three Milton players, still able to kick it out. A nice find from Thomas DeMar to a cutting Charlie Yates. Closes the deficit to only 2 now. Milton with a 6-4 lead, 5.5 left in the opening quarter. BFA extending their defense out a little bit, and it pays off as they get the steal. We're going to get a foul called on Milton. Number 24, Brandon Dallas, his first personal, team second.
Subbing in Caden Button and number 32, Dan, first time attempt at this, Moshevitz. Moshevitz, that was close.
Yeah. By the end of the game, you'll get it. Believe in you.
The name will haunt my dreams.
Yates with a shot attempt in the key. We could hear that slap from here.
And that's a foul on Moshevitz.
There you go, Paul.
See, look at that.
Already.
One time.
Already there. Yates misses the first. Gets one of two. Charlie Yates with 3 out of BFA's 5 points so far. Gets BFA within 1 here. Milton swinging the ball around outside. A 3-point attempt just off for Kyle Brown. Ballard had pulled down the rebound, but gets called for a travel. Going to go back to Milton. Gets down to Mathis. Nice find there for Milton. Lays that one in. A nice cut down the key, and Mathis was in a good position to get that bounce pass through. Ballard faked the shot, now going up, and we are going to get a blocking foul on Kyle Brown. That's going to be his second early on in the game. Didn't quite have position to get the charge. Moving a little bit. They are now going to...
Adam Bildu coming in for Kyle Brown.
2 early fouls. Ballard going to pull up from the free throw line, kiss it off the glass, and just rims out. Milton coach still arguing that blocking call. Got a turnover. Bobwhites coming the other way. Peter Jolly able to wrangle the ball, tries to shovel it over to Ballard, but too many Milton hands in the way. Mathis ends up with it. Milton now hurrying in the other direction. And Moshe Vettis couldn't quite handle that pass. Fumbles it out of bounds.
Jake Reynolds and Justin Brown now subbing in. I like that color commentary, huh? It's pretty good, right? This is why I retired years ago.
If anyone needs to know the substitution pattern,
I'm right here. I'm here for you.
Man.
Hawk on those numbers.
Justin Brown kicks it out to Peter Jolly. Now down to Reynolds, back out to Earl. Earl looking around. Mathis doing a good job of guarding that baseline. Ends up poking that ball out, reaching around. Mathis has really just been prowling the baseline so far for Milton. Yeah, zone defense so far from Milton, giving Bobwhites some trouble. Halfway through the first quarter, Milton with an 8-5 lead. BFA extending their defense well beyond the 3-point line, forcing the 3-ball that's up and off for Brandon Dallas. And Rye wrestles that ball away for the Bobwhites. Each thought about it. Brown now going to drive into the lane, met by a few Milton players. Got a decent look though, and he's still fighting. I think we're going to get a jump ball. Good hustle by Justin Brown to follow his own shot and at least force that jump ball on the rebound. BFA in their out-of-bounds play, extending it. Not going with a box play. Get that overhead pass into Reynolds. Reynolds looking around. Now baseline drive by Jolly. Doesn't get a good look, but kicks that out. Rye over to Brown. Brown gonna go up with a little turnaround shot. That one just rattles out. Milton hurrying the other way. Moshe Vettis misses that one. Bobwhites now. Leach left wide open, puts that 3 up. No good, but one of the more open looks from 3 we've seen so far tonight.
I was curious how sloppy a game could possibly be. I'm not saying this is sloppy. I mean, these teams actually look really dialed in for the first game of the season.
They do. I'm still kind of seeing some of those turnovers, like the carries. Some travels that I think we've cleaned up later in the season. Of course, this has been a really weird year so far, just starting mid-February.
Please catch us up.
Well, starting in March of last year.
For those who've just been, let's just say they've been in their house the whole time and they don't know what's going on outside the world. Please catch us up.
Oh, I think you're describing me.
Yeah.
By the way, Colin Mathis is held for his first personal foul. Team's fifth. This is front end. 2:26 left in the first quarter. Foul calls were lopsided so far. Milton with 19 fouls, BFA with only one. This is the first. Biladu goes 1 for 2 from the line. He has 4 points. Brown handling the ball, goes to the right. Tough defense from Caden Burke, shutting down some options. Burke just barely keeps the ball. Jolly gonna pull up for 3. That one's off. Good swarming defense from BFA on that rebound. But Milton able to get that pass out there, and we're gonna get a charge. Called on Brandon Dallas. That is his second, team 6. So in the first quarter, BFA is going to be in the bonus on the very next Milton foul. Brandon Dallas, that's his second personal foul. Milton now has 2 players with 2 fouls this early in the game, Kyle Brown and Brandon Dallas. Milton, defense more aggressive here, nice shifting zone. Swarming and forces that turnover. Work to perfection. Brandon Dallas slowing things down for the Yellowjackets. Some nice dribbling up top. Dakota Rye extending out though, makes him pass it. 3-pointers up from Adam Biladu, and that's good.
That's off glass right there.
Adam Biladu now with 7 points. Last minute here in the first quarter. Yellowjackets defense giving BFA some fits here. Forcing another turnover. Milton's gonna hurry it up. Going the other way, really pushing the tempo. Adam Biladu with another layup. Really extending this ball out. 9 in this first quarter. It's Milton a 9-point lead. 13-5.
Another interception.
Third turnover in a row for Bobwhites. Milton's defense is getting it done.
Oh, the charge.
Calling on Adam Biladu. That's Milton's, maybe I think their 3rd offensive foul so far. A lot of this can happen running that up-tempo game. If the Bobwhites can beat them down to the other end in transition, they can get that position to be able to draw that charge.
Right now, the double team pressure has really been working for Milton. I mean, score speaks for itself, adding that extra pressure on BFA.
We'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Tooth comes up with between quarters here to counteract Milton's swarming zone. Shot is up and is off. Peter Jolly with the attempt at the end of the first quarter. The Milton Yellowjackets lead the BFA Bobwhites 14-5. They get that turnover, rushing to the other end, and BFA just able to get position to get the charge. And even with the fouls, it's working for them. We're going to get a foul on BFA.
Number 14, Peter Jolly.
Jolly's first, team's third. Foul discrepancy is something to note. Milton with 17 fouls, so
7.
7 team.
17.
There we go. A little tough with the mask on. Couldn't hit. So BFA is in the bonus for the rest of this half. So maybe the free throw advantage can help them climb back into this game so far. Milton keeping with that defense. Not allowing the ball to go inside just yet. BFA swinging it around, gets it down to Jolly. Jolly kicks it out. Ballard going to try to drive in, met by Mathis. Floated over Mathis's hand, but just short. That's the kind of presence that Mathis has down in the post. He was like that last year when he played here at BFA as well. That not only can he run the offense as a ball handler, as you see, but also as the tallest guy on Milton's team, he anchors that defense down in the post, and it's hard.
And on the perimeter.
I mean, he can do it all. Has 6 points so far. Gives Milton a 12-point lead, up 17-5. They tried to answer that one. Doesn't go. Button now gets it over to Mathis. Mathis gonna attack. Kicks that out to the corner, and that three-pointer is off, but Mathis gets the rebound and will get fouled. Mathis sort of just controlling his first minute 20 of the second quarter. BFA foul on number 30, Colin Leach. His first, team's fourth. Mathis gonna drive, wide open. Dan Moshevetis cutting from the opposite side of the court.
That might be the advantage that Mathis has, honestly. Being able to draw that double team and find the open man.
Absolutely. Noah Earl with a big play trying to give BFA some energy here. Gets the basket, gets fouled, he'll shoot one. That Milton foul was on number 1, Colin Mathis. That is his second foul, so that is something to keep an eye on to see if Milton will keep him out there. Missed the free throw, but BFA gets the offensive rebound. Open look for 3. For Leach was off. Milton gets the rebound. Finds Kyle Brown, who puts that one up, and it just bounces off. Milton gets the rebound though. Brown draws that foul.
Number 30, Connor Leach with his second. And he'll be coming out. Thomas DeMar coming in.
Mathis down low, nice turnaround jumper. That one bounces off though. Ballard gets it over to Earl. Earl handling the ball. Ballard with that three-point attempt is up and good. Those are Ballard's first points of the night. Little surprised there wasn't a call on that screen. Milton coach asking for an offensive foul, but I think actually the Milton player just ran through the screen. BFA now taking advantage of a rare forced turnover. Peter Jolly finishes off that layup. A good pass from Noah Earl to push it forward.
I think the eyes of Mathis get a little too wide on a play like that.
Yeah. So Milton's going to call timeout as BFA cuts the lead down to 7, now trailing Milton 19-12, which actually, considering how this second quarter and the end of the first quarter kind of went for the Bobwhites, a nice little fresh air here for BFA, getting a couple buckets there to cut that lead down to 7. Seems a little bit more manageable.
I think this will allow Coach Toof really to break down the team, play their own game, settle in a little bit.
Yeah, I know we talked a lot about Milton's defense and BFA trying to figure out how to work their offense to get through Milton's zone. But I actually think the key here for BFA is to really clamp down on their defense to force turnovers and get points in transition before Milton can even set up. And there's a turnover right there, a good block by Ballard.
Pretty much how you drew it up, Bryce.
Charlie Yates not quite able to finish off that layup, but you can call me the Tony Romo of Franklin County High School basketball. Dan Milton gets that one to fall. Puts Milton back up by 9. Earl gonna put up the 3-pointer. That one's off the back iron. But Peter Jolly got the rebound into Yates. Yates gonna go up. Decent look. Ballard gets the offensive rebound. Ballard now the Bobwhites' leading scorer tonight with 5. Mathis gonna pull up from 3. That one is off. Ballard gets the rebound. Mathis with the defensive play. Gets his hand on the ball but out of bounds. Bobwhites keep it.
His vision on the court tonight has been outstanding, truthfully.
Mathis had my favorite pass of the year last
year, right. And actually, I think his celebration after it was even better.
Oh, fantastic. Noah Earl with the 3-point attempt. Ballard trying to take that to another Bobwhites. Mathis comes down.
Behind the back pass. Brandon Dallas. Also sporting 2 different shoes. Fun fact for those watching at home. Whatever works for you.
If you got 2 words, you know? Oh, nice give and go. Not able to get it to fall, but that's the type of play that Bobwhites are going to need in order to break through Milton's defense. Dallas going to put up that play off the side of the backcourt. Earl ends up with it. Let's go, Tina! Even though BFA is having a hard time getting those shots to fall right now, it still feels like the offense has settled down a little bit. It is a little bit more controlled. They're not necessarily feeling as frantic as they were in the first quarter.
Foul number 10, Tyson Pigeon. His first.
BFA now with 16 fouls, so the next BFA foul will put Milton in the bonus. And BFA got into the bonus really early in this quarter. And so far, Milton has not actually committed a lot of fouls, so BFA hasn't been able to take advantage. And this foul will put Milton in the bonus. BFA fouls on number 20, Noah Earl. His first, team 7th. Kyle Brown at the line, hits the first one. It's one more here. Gets 2 for 2 from the line. Brown pushing it up to Jamar. Jamar ended up kind of behind the basket a little bit, trying to get the defenders around. really interesting. There's not actual benches, really, with the players being able to sit. They're actually sitting in the bleachers.
Yep, sitting. Yep, there are actual special dots on the bleachers separated by enough space for the players to give yourself enough distance.
Brown goes 1 for 2. With the JV team sitting on the opposite side of the court. Brown gets the rebound. He's going to go back up. He'll draw the foul. Justin Brown hasn't scored yet tonight, but he has been very aggressive, getting lots of opportunities here. Little spark that's good to see from BFA's bench.
In the first game, in the JV portion, there was actually confusion on how the players could even sub in and out of the game, because typically they'd go to the scorer's table and then head out. And now it's more of, okay, it's just mass substitution, kind of almost like hockey in a way, whenever there's a space and time.
If they start letting them sub like hockey in the middle of plays, though, that's where it's going to get really interesting. Mathis dribbling it down for Milton, met by Brown. Mathis only got a quick rest and right back out there. An excellent offense there for Milton, with Caden Button getting his first points of the night. BFA had cut the lead to 7, but it has ballooned back up to 13 now with 2:24 remaining in the first half. And we're going to get a timeout called by Coach Toof. Like I said, 2:24 remaining in the second quarter. Milton up 27-14. Coach Toof going to take a timeout. We'll give you some scoring leaders so far tonight. For the visiting Yellowjackets, Colin Mathis leads all scorers in the game with, Adam Bilodeau leads all scorers in the game with 9. Colin Mathis has 6. Dallas and Moshevetis each have 4 apiece. For BFA, Case Ballard leads the team with 5 points. He had a follow-up off an offensive rebound down on the block, and he's also hit a 3. And Peter Jolly has chipped in 4. But either way, the Bobwhites certainly have their work cut out ahead of them. Luckily, lots of time left. Mathis handling the ball, goes over to the corner. Milton was trying to get the ball up to the high post, but BFA shut that down, forced them to keep passing it around the 3-point line, and then forces Adam Bilodeau into a travel. It's a good defensive stand coming out of the timeout for BFA. DeMar over to Brown, back to DeMar. DeMar looks, kicks it out to Ballard. A little mid-range jumper on the baseline doesn't go, and that ball's going to go just off the hands of Brandon Dallas and will stay with BFA.
Jake Reynolds now coming in for Case Ballard.
DeMar taking the ball out of bounds. Milton starting with that swarming defense once again, forces the turnover. Brown almost had that block. I think if Brown had waited just another half second, I think that would have been a clean block. Just bad timing.
Adam Bilodeau hitting his first.
Bilodeau now the first player in double digits tonight. He has 10.
Oh, he was fouled from behind the line. Okay.
Goes 2 out of 3.
We're in stereo now.
Sorry, Paul. I should have let you do the honors on that one. Milton with another turnover. And gets another foul drawn in transition.
It's going to be on number 12. BFA.
That is called on 24, Charlie Yates. So that puts Milton in the double bonus for the remaining minute 32. Brandon Dallas hits the first one. Gets them both to go. Yates bringing the ball up. Finds DeMar.
There's that suffocating defense again by Milton.
Yeah, BFA's getting trapped in the corners right now. That's exactly where Milton wants them to go.
Yellowjackets leading by 17, minute 20 to play.
An open three-point attempt is off. BFA ends up with the ball. Brown pushing it the other way. Gets it out to Yates. Yates puts up the three. That one's off. Mathis brought down the rebound, but I believe that foul is going to be called on number 12, Damian DiTilio. His first. Mathis gonna shoot 2 in the double bonus. Misses the front end.
One thing we're still not really used to, I know it's only the second quarter of the game, but actually hearing all the conversation that's happening on the floor.
On the floor, and I think to me, especially all the conversations on the bench that we don't normally hear.
Because during halftime, Milton, if it follows what JV did, they're actually not going to go anywhere. They're all going to just stay on the stands, have their team meeting at halftime, and BFA will make their way to the hallway.
Justin Brown called for his second personal foul. Mathis back at the line for 2. Gets the first one to go. Brown pushing it up for BFA, trying to get some points here before the end of the half. Just off the front of the rim, Milton comes down with the rebound. Nice pass from Mathis, kicked out to Adam Bilodeau. Three-point attempt is off. Yates now with 30 seconds, gonna try to push it up here. And he will be called for a travel. You can see Yates a bit frustrated right now. Milton content to take as much time off the clock as they can here. Gonna try to hold it for the last shot of the half. Dallas now with a little turnaround elbow jumper, a really nice shot. Gets that one to fall. That is not an easy shot to hit. Brown gonna put that one up at the buzzer, off the rim. At halftime, the Milton Yellowjackets have a 20-point lead over the Bobwhites, 34-14. They've had spurts here where they've gotten some good looks and opportunities. Milton's defense, though, has sort of been the story here. Milton has this killer zone defense that just sort of swarms wherever the ball goes and shifts really well. That's been forcing lots of turnovers. We see a turnover there. Mathis coming down the other way. Kicks that out to Brown. Brown, that three-pointer is good. He now has 5 points. Gives Milton a 23-point lead. Charlie Yates handling the ball. Over to DeMar. DeMar going to try to cut in the paint. Kicks it out to Ballard. Ballard with his second three-pointer of the game. Always nice to have a player who can go inside and out.
I love seeing a big man hit a three. Doesn't happen often.
BFA forcing a turnover here. Yates was pushing it up. Mathis tried to poke the ball out from behind. Gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
And that's going to be his third foul in the game, too.
Milton's first team foul of the second half. Yeah, Mathis, while not the leading scorer for Milton, has sort of been everywhere for them, both offensively and defensively. With some solid defense right there to not get his fourth foul. Mathis with that follow-up, almost.
And something we've been waiting for almost the entire game.
I mean, almost put that one down. Earl with some nice dribbling to find a little crease there with a layup opportunity. Doesn't make it, but he does get fouled. He'll shoot 2 at the line.
And it's going to be on number 15, Kyle Brown. One thing we've also failed to mention is that new this year, in partnership with JC Image, we'll be giving away a Player of the Game shirt. Showtime is what it says on the shirt. Nice orange coloring. Very similar to our maple leaf.
Very on brand.
Very on brand. And one thing that we had failed to talk about at the beginning of the season, or off season, was do we give it to a player of the opposite team if for some reason that player happens to stand out more so than the home team?
Well, I think we'll know in about 14 minutes and 34 seconds of game time.
I'm waiting for the look we receive from a coach that goes, "What is this for?" And then they go on.
Frankly, Paul, I'm just going to give it to myself every game.
Every game.
Because
we just need a
great.
bunch of mediums. That's all we needed to buy.
DeMar with that three-point attempt, that's off. Yates fighting hard down there, comes out with the ball for BFA, going to turn it around. Got the defense just out of position that he got a decent look. Doesn't go, but DeMar battling.
Push off.
And Peter Jolly going to get called for that offensive foul, just extending that arm. BFA with a few decent opportunities on that possession, but Milton's defense just not letting up here. That is Jolly's second personal foul, team's first of the second half. And this one should be on Noah Earl. That's his third, and BFA's second. Oh. Dallas not able to get that to fall, but a nice play anyway, passing that over BFA's defense. But BFA now swinging the ball around, three-pointer. Can't go, but Case Ballard also can't get that putback to go. Ballard with a few offensive rebounds tonight. Dallas going to pull up from three.
Oh, from rebound to three-pointer.
Dallas now in double digits with 11 points. He and Adam Bilodeau both with game highs at 11. DeMar going to get called for that travel. A little scared of the help side D coming over from Milton, but I think if DeMar had actually just kept going up with it, he would have had an open layup. Dallas and Mathis passing around to each other, down to the post. DeMar handling the ball. Milton extending their defense outside. Good find. Case Ballard flashing across the key. Man, Ballard just getting unlucky with some of these looks. He's getting good looks, and they're just kind of bouncing out. Eventually, they'll fall, but we're going to get a foul called on Ballard now. His second, team's third. 5:02 left in the third quarter.
Caden Button will be subbed out for Mike McNeil. And we've got 6 members on the court. And there goes Mathis.
There goes Mathis.
There goes Mathis. He's like, I'll take a break. I'll take a breather. And never mind, we'll get a timeout anyway from the Bobwhites. Anyway. So again, the conversation early on, new this year, player of the game jersey. We haven't decided, again, who it would go to, whether the home team or the away team. I think we just all assumed the home team, but unfortunately, given the score, it's kind of hard not to think that someone on Milton may be more deserving.
I mean, Paul, you're the executive director.
It's right. I can make that decision, right?
You are my boss.
That's not true. As Bryce Batchelor, one of our board members for Northwest TV, he's technically my boss.
We're sort of each other's bosses.
It's
here.
fine.
Very clear power dynamics.
Hey, I'm fine with leaving it up to the fans. We had almost 200 people watching us tonight on Facebook, and we really appreciate everyone's support for Franklin County Public Access Media here and covering these games throughout the winter. So drop a comment, let us know who you believe the player of the game should be, and maybe that's what we'll go with.
Takes the decision making out of our hands, which we appreciate. Kyle Brown tried to go behind the back with the dribble. BFA able to poke that one away, and now Kyle Brown is called for a foul. And that is Kyle Brown's 4th personal foul, so he's going to have to go take a seat for a little while, I imagine. We probably won't see him again till the 4th quarter. It's Milton's 3rd team foul. That's the thing when you take those risks, keeping players out there who are in foul trouble, sometimes it pays off. Sometimes you get situations like that. BFA passing the ball around the three-point line. Now gets down to DeMar. Nice give and go. Ballard finally gets that putback, and he's in double digits with 10 points. You know, and that's the thing about this game, even though BFA is down by 21 at this point, it's not for lack of opportunities. They've had a lot of opportunities. They're just getting unlucky that they're not falling. We'll get another travel called.
Yates called with a travel.
Referee nice enough to give a...
Yeah. And even though down 21, I mean, they have a lot of fight. There's no backing down by BFA whatsoever.
Which is what we want to see. Ballard with excellent help side defense right there, cutting off the baseline. And DeMar gets that layup. DeMar's first points of the game. And forces Milton to call a timeout. So exactly halfway through the third quarter with 4 minutes left, Milton with a 42-23 lead. Paul, in your astute basketball analysis.
Yeah. very small basketball analysis.
So, okay, I'll rephrase.
How many years has it been? 3 years?
In your acute basketball
I've called the game for basketball?
What are some of the things that you're seeing so far tonight? That's just not all around.
For me,
sports
just
fan.
being kind of removed from the actual gameplay, because there've been a lot of behind the scenes when it comes to streaming games for public access, Northwest Access TV. I haven't realized how much of a size difference it's been for a couple of years. I don't know if that's new this year, but both teams seem that they've got a lot of height than they have in years past, and that could just be me not being able to see as many games as I'd like to see. But watching both teams come in, going, this looks a little different than when I was here a couple of years ago.
Maybe you're just intimidated a lot easier.
Just sitting here on the stage, number 43, Case Ballard, walking over to us saying like he's already my size.
Speaking of, Case Ballard picks it off. Whew, Mathis blocks that one, but right to Ballard. Ballard can't get that three-pointer to
Again,
fall,
that court awareness by Mathis is just, it's so much fun to see.
Now we're going to get a foul called on Milton. I think the next evolution is instead of blocking the ball into the stands, pull the Bill Russell and just catch the ball in the air. That Milton foul on number 20, Caden Burke, his first, team's fourth. DeMar short on that jumper. Mathis now dribbling the ball up. Adam Bilodeau going to try to cut through, gets that one to fall. A heck of a play by Adam Bilodeau. He now has 13. And we will say, Paul, you're asking the folks watching at home who the player of the game so far should be. I've seen a couple votes for Adam Bilodeau.
I have, including from someone named Adam Bilodeau, which I think was great.
Does that person think we're going to mail them the shirt?
No, I'm throwing it right to him as soon as this game's over, if he happens to be our player of the game. And I appreciate everyone that's watching on our Facebook page at Northwest Access TV, hoping to bring you this kind of coverage almost every day, honestly, in the month of February into March.
That BFA foul on 43, Case Ballard, his third, team's fourth. A good take there by Justin Brown. He gets his first points of the game, and not for lack of trying. It seems like Justin Brown has had lots of opportunities, and again, story of BFA just getting unlucky with the ball bouncing around the rim and out. So glad to see Justin Brown get some points on the board. 3:17 left. BFA with a full court press, trying to force some turnovers. Dallas with a nice dribble there, pulls up from the free throw line, isn't able to get it to go. Rye got into some trouble, able to pass out of it. And now we'll get a turnover.
It's going to be on number 30, Connor Leach, his third.
It's BFA's fifth. Bilodeau being closely guarded. Nice defense there from Dakota Rye. Tips the ball out of Bilodeau's hand, out of bounds. But Rye with some nice defensive positioning there, got Bilodeau stuck in the corner. BFA in a 2-3 zone, forcing Milton to shoot those threes. Pays off that time. Yates pushing the ball up to Jolly. Jolly going to go up. Looks like he might have been slightly blocked from behind. Nice little Euro step there for Kyle Brown. Gets that one to fall over 3 Bobwhites.
Also great sportsmanship by Colin Mathis, staying behind in the play to help the player out. Some things that aren't captured on camera, but worth noting.
No basket. An offensive foul called on Charlie Yates. I think the referees were a little undecided whether that was going to be a charge or a block, and eventually settled on the charge. BFA continuing with their full court press at this point. Milton's got to get it over soon. And that's going to be BFA ball. So that time full court press pays off for BFA. Justin Brown handling the ball now. Gets it over to Jolly. Jolly down to Reynolds. And that pass from Rye picked off. And Kyle Brown with another athletic layup here. Just had to sort of contort his body a little bit to get the window get the ball up, but it's paid off, and this
How
might
about
be the
another
most
one?
wide open one he's had so far. But he will get fouled. And we're wondering if we're going to get an interference here. Did have a BFA player hit the backboard. Milton's coach asking for interference.
So that would be like goaltending?
In my opinion, the basket probably should have counted. But I'm just the guy with the microphone. I don't make the decisions. That BFA foul on 42, Dakota Rye, his first, team 7th, so Milton in the bonus. Kyle Brown missed the first free throw. That hits the second. Brown now in double digits with 10 points on the night. Right now playing with 4 personal fouls. Jake Reynolds, with that drive, gets fouled.
It's on number 2. Legatory.
That one actually called on number 4, Caden Button. His first, team's 5th. You have one job, Paul.
I had one job. Count the fouls. Flip the numbers. Stop looking at the refs when they're calling the number. Just wait for it to come out.
We'll take this up at the next board meeting. 0 for 2 from the line for Jake Reynolds. Mathis going to put up a deep 3. Nothing but net. Gets him in double digits now with 12. 4 Milton players in double digits right now. Mathis, Ability, Brown, and Dallas.
I can't split this jersey in 4 ways. It's not how it works. That's not how a shirt works.
We got a big decision coming up, Paul. Big rebound from Dallas. But Taylor Yates tips it as Dallas is trying to pass it out. Minute 4 left in the third quarter. Milton with a big lead right now, up 52-25. Milton easily breaks the press that time. Oh, almost. BFA almost got a hand on it. Still gets the rebound. Yates gonna push it the other way. And splits the Milton defenders to get that one to go. BFA sticking with the full court press and forces another turnover. 37 seconds to go. And even though Milton is up big right now, their coach, Coach Brown, not stopping coaching for a minute. Milton in a zone. Brown's gonna put that one up. That 3-pointer is off. Dallas, baseball pass up to Kyle Brown. Brown's gonna pull it from 3, and that one's good.
Correction, baseball throw. You don't pass in baseball.
You pass in basketball.
Then don't say baseball pass.
Baseball is the descriptor
Don't say baseball
of the pass.
No. Oh!
Oh!
And an and one moment.
Great finish there from Justin Brown, and gets fouled. Chance for a 3-point play. Paul, I'll let you announce this foul.
Justin Brown, 1 shot.
Who committed the foul, Paul?
Number 24, Dallas Braden.
Brandon Dallas.
That's what I said.
Doing great.
And a line change by Milton.
For the remaining 0.1
0.1 second.
second in the third quarter. Full on. And that Milton strategy for defense right there with 0.1, you can't really catch and shoot. The only hope is to get a little tip in, and so Milton just crowded the paint to not let BFA get a clean tip. But at the end of 3 quarters, Milton Yellowjackets in full control, up 55-29 on the BFA Bobwhites. Some scoring leaders for the game so far. For Milton, Adam Bilodeau and Kyle Brown leading all scorers in the game with 13 apiece. Colin Mathis with 12 and Brandon Dallas with 11. Sort of a four-headed monster going on for the Yellowjackets. For BFA leading their team, Case Ballard with 10 points. Charlie Yates chipping in 5. And Peter Jolly, Noah Earl, and Justin Brown each with 4. Well, I think the story tonight is Milton just playing an all-around solid game, offensively, defensively.
And we had said, we had talked about this before the game, that these teams really have to go into this mentality that they're already at the second half of the season.
Yeah.
We don't know what playoffs or if any will even be played for high school basketball and hockey, but we have to assume that these players really have to go in there as if, again, that first half of the season is already done. We're playing for a seed right now.
Absolutely. Good offense there for Milton. Dan Moshevetis puts that one in for 2. He has 6 points on the night. Milton still with some tenacious D, forcing a turnover. And again, just that well-rounded team here, getting it done on both ends, offense and defense. And that's, here's a Hamilton reference. That's the story of tonight.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Milton, they're Division II team or they are Division I?
I am the wrong person to ask.
Because I always just associated Milton with Division II, but they're not playing like a Division II team to me. And if they are Division II, then that division has a big problem this year.
Yeah.
And its name is Milton. Mike McNeil sporting the SpongeBob socks tonight. Again,
solid
analysis you're only going to receive on Northwest Access TV.
That BFA foul was on Thomas DeMar, his first, team's 8th. BFA in their zone. Coach Brown asking for movement on the offense, and we're going to get a foul called on BFA. And Adam Bilodeau will be at the line, and that BFA foul was called on Peter Jolly, his 3rd, team's 9th. So next BFA foul on Milton will be in the double bonus for the remainder of the game. Just getting a jersey tuck in right now. Bilodeau hits the front end, earns himself a 2nd free throw. Gets them both to foul. He has 15. Leading scorer in the game. Noah Earl actually had a nice little head fake going on that actually got him a little crease there at the elbow. Sort of cocked his head like he was going to kick it out. Got Milton's defense to adjust just a little bit so he could squeeze in there. Ultimately lost the ball. Bilodeau with a fadeaway. Would have been impressive if that one went. Pigeon now going on the other end. He doesn't get the layup, but he does get fouled. Milton foul on number 20, Caden Burke, his 2nd, team 7th. So BFA now in the bonus.
That's live television. Things that you hear on the court, you don't typically hear when there's fans in the stands, but now we hear everything.
We'll look forward to the call from the FCC later. Noah Earl trying to push that one in. Ball goes off of him, out of bounds, and Milton will keep possession. 6:46 to go in the game.
Matthew trying to state his case.
Paul, we have official word from the fans watching that Milton is in fact a D2 team.
Yeah, and like I said, they're not playing like a D2 team. I mean, this team can compete.
A nice pass from Earl down to Pigeon. Pigeon not able to put it in. Earl now cutting in. Doesn't make the layup, gets fouled though. Noah Earl, a sophomore here, only 4 points tonight, but he has been impressive with the amount of playing time that he's getting. He is a starter. His ball handling, he's had lots of opportunities to score. So like we said at the beginning of the game, he's someone that I'm really looking forward to watching over the next couple of years and seeing his development.
Speaking of which, Billadu, a sophomore for Milton, I think we're going to be seeing him for a couple more years as well. And this could be a fun matchup going into their senior year in a couple of years.
Noah Earl versus Adam Billadu, that will certainly be fun. Playing the same positions too.
Yeah.
One of the really fun things here, I mean, we wish there were fans here, but one of the fun things with it being sort of a quieter environment this year is hearing the conversations and the coaching going on the bench. Coach Chris Brown for Milton right now gathering his players around and really coaching them through the offense on his whiteboard.
It's something you actually wouldn't even see in a regular game because of the space limitations that these teams have.
You go up in the bleachers to gather his team around and coach. Ballard couldn't quite handle that pass. Saves with Milton. BFA not letting up on their full court press. Dallas finds Kyle Brown on the other side of the court. Brown gonna pull up, just rims off, out of bounds, and it should stay here with the Yellowjackets. And it does.
Hey, run your double low set. Watch the movement in the interior. Who's never in? Watch the movement. Who's in? Who's in? Here, double low.
Dallas gonna put up that three. Mathis with the rebound and a one-handed pass attempt. It was a nice idea trying to get it to Braden Carragher. Just a little bit too high.
To be fair, he's the tallest one on the court, so it may have just been eye level for him.
But I think that's the a nice idea of a pass from Noah Earl, just a little bit off, but again with development.
And again, that sportsmanship coming through for Mathis, helping up a player that's knocked down. While he's all over the court, he's very unselfish.
It's true.
And I think that's what any coach would want in their player.
And I think last year too, Mathis was not the leading scorer of the night, but had his hand in just about every play for Milton. And I think we are going to get an intentional foul here. Yep, flagrant foul. So Milton gets 2 shots.
What'd you see there, Bryce?
And keeps the ball. Kyle Brown gets the first one to fall. That BFA intentional foul called on 24, Charlie Yates. So that's his third personal foul. That's Milton in the double bonus, but because it is an intentional foul, Milton gets 2 free throws and keeps the ball. 5:06 remaining in the game. Rough layup attempt from Kyle Brown. A solid layup there. Three-point attempt is good.
Kyle Brown for 3. Sorry, Kyle Brown for 3! Throw some energy in there.
Kyle Brown now leading all scorers with 17. We get a foul called. Now things seem to be getting a little chippy. I think end of a blowout game. That foul on Milton, number 33, Braden Carragher, his first. Team's 9th. Mathis with the ball, kicks it over to Brown. Brown to the crossover. Doesn't he's going to be called for a charge. And that will be Kyle Brown's 5th foul, so he will be done for the night. Even so, going to take a seat with Milton well in hand and with 17 points. So certainly can't complain about his performance tonight for the Yellowjackets.
And there are just players running everywhere at this point.
Keep up with this, Paul. Keep up.
Yeah. 2's in, 30, 2's in.
I need
20,
to know who's subbing.
14, 10's in, 22, 42, 33, 30, 12, bingo. It was like a complete line change for both teams. It's very similar to hockey. I mean that, just seeing it firsthand. A lot of credit to these players to be able to continue fighting this late in the game.
Another foul, another travel.
Colin Jolly.
You know, that was the right move from Jolly. I think he just did one pump fake too many to get that travel, but the initial turn and pump fake was a good move to get him a decent look. And travel BFA ball. At this point, most of Milton's scorers are on the bench. I think only Adam Bilodeau is still in the game. Milton just looking to get some other players on the court for some playing time. BFA doing the same. Some good passing for BFA going on around the perimeter. Save the ball, 3-pointer is short for Jolly. Milton still pushing the ball up to Bilodeau. Bilodeau with a step back 3. That one's off, pulled down by Rye. Gives the ball back to Leach to handle as he crosses half court. Just under 3 minutes left. Milton not slowing down for a second. Will get called for a travel. Just kind of shuffled his feet a little bit before starting to dribble. But Milton with 2.5 minutes left, not slowing down in the least.
No, in any way.
Still putting the pressure on, still kicking the ball around on offense. Milton up 63-31 on the Bobwhites, 2:32 remaining in the game. We want to thank everybody who has been watching tonight. We'd also like to thank our sponsors for today's game: Northwestern Orthopedics, Collins Pearly Sports Complex, JC Image, Handy Toyota, Barrett Ford. If your business would like to become a sports sponsor, please contact the staff at Northwest Access TV at 802-782-8676.
I'd like to also give a quick shout out to Nancy and Donald Wells for a couple of donations throughout the offseason that helped us upgrade our equipment for this year. Thank you to our community members for supporting local access.
Yeah, something that we have certainly not taken for granted over the last few years is the community who's been watching our games online have been phenomenal. Donating, sharing the links to the game so more people can watch, especially when it comes to playoff time, supporting their teams, and we are honored that we're able to be a part of that. Northwest Access TV is a non-sponsor, or is a non-profit.
We also don't sponsor.
We are a non-profit, so we are very glad to offer these games free of charge to anyone who would like to watch. If you do feel compelled to donate to help us cover the cost of covering these games, you can go to northwestaccess.tv/donation. We appreciate any amount, but it is certainly not required to enjoy the coverage that we're providing for the community. Frankly, we love being at these games and watching our local student athletes.
I love being able to give them a chance to showcase their talents for the masses, really. Anyone that wants to watch. And tonight it's been an overwhelming 200-something people, which hopefully is our average this year.
Colin Jolly with his first points of the night. Just under 2 minutes to play. I think some of our favorite stories are we hear aunts and uncles or grandparents watching.
From the Carolinas, from
nephews,
Florida,
yep,
alumni.
all across the country.
We've had alumni from as far as California watching games.
We've even had a visiting coach come tell us that their parents were watching them coach the game from Florida. Milton forces the turnover. Pushing it over to their end. BFA sorting out their defensive assignments. Mathis wide open from three. That one is short. And we are going to get a foul called on Caden Burke. It's number 20, his third. Jump ball called.
Again, even with a minute left, down by 30, Rye with a hustle anyway.
Possession arrow goes to the Bobwhites. They will keep the ball. Wilquist kicks that one out. Three-pointer is up, just out for Connor Leach. BFA with the foul. And we will get a timeout.
Timeout by Milton. Not quite sure reasoning with less than a minute left, up by 28, but just trying to reset teach these kids as much as you can. Again, we're basically playing on a third, if it's not half a season anyway, so take all the timeouts you can, I guess.
You know, look, I mean, some of us have wives at home waiting to watch The Crown on Netflix. You know,
I think my wife's enjoying having the remote to herself tonight, but that could just be me.
But Milton up 63-35 in the season opener.
What do we have for stat leaders right now, Bryce? If you don't mind me asking.
Scoring leaders, Kyle Brown for Milton leading all players with 17. For Milton, Adam Bilodeau with 15, Colin Mathis with 12, and Brandon Dallas with 11. For BFA, Case Ballard leads their team with 12 points. Charlie Yates with 5, and then Peter Jolly, Noah Earl, and Justin Brown with 4 apiece. It's always part of the challenge with BFA's schedule that they end up playing quite a few Chittenden County teams who are quite good. And so some good tests for BFA. .9 seconds to go in the game. Paul, any last thoughts on who our player of the game should be?
The fans have spoken, and I'm one to kind of lean that way as well. I think Adam Bilodeau's played an amazing game tonight. I mean, sophomore coming into the game, half a season. I know that everyone's kind of facing the same adversity here in this pandemic, but he showed a lot of poise tonight, a lot of talent, a lot of fun to watch, truthfully, on both sides of the court. So we'll find a way to get this player of the game.
I agree. I agree. I'm on board with Adam Bilodeau. BFA just kind of getting some last positive plays in here. Something to build on going into the next game. So a 3-point opportunity for Colin Jolly. Gets the layup to fall, and he got fouled. That was on Milton number 2, Zach Leggitori. His first. Colin Jolly got his own rebound, almost able to put the follow in. 10 seconds to go. He out of bounds. Back to the Bobwhites for the remaining 8.6 left in the game. So before the game is done, we want to thank Mason, our cameraman. I want to thank Paul Snyder over here on the commentary and the executive director for Northwest Access TV. Tim Lino also for doing the JV game for us. And that's going to do it. The Milton Yellowjackets going to come out with a win on opening night, beating the Bobwhites 63-37. Kyle Brown led everyone with 17 points. Adam Bilodeau with 15. Case Ballard was the leading scorer for BFA with 12. And Adam Bilodeau, I believe, is going to be our first Showtime player of the game of the season. We'll get that shirt to Milton. Of course, with COVID rules, we're not having players on to interview or anything like that.
That's right.
But still a nice recognition for them. Milton just came in and played just an all-around solid game. Offensively, defensively, they just executed on both ends. Kind of a tough opening game for BFA, but something hopefully to build on.